Live on DAZN Worldwide, April 26th, Eubank Jr versus Benn. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. We are here in Stratford. It is Wednesday of fight week. Bank holiday kind of threw us all off. Lim Smith, how are you?
Good, mate. How are you? Good.
Very well. Massive fight week started yesterday. Feel real now? About to get back in the ring for the first time in a while in 4 days' time?
Yeah, it's real. Obviously, fight weeks always make it real. You know, when you see the finishing line, or the finishing line to your camp, and obviously now it's all about media, making weight, and then then it's fight day.
Yeah, look, from the second Eubank fight to now, obviously had the Josh Kelly fiasco in the middle where you obviously fell ill. Has it been difficult? Parts of those times there when you was kind of trying to get back in the ring, trying to get these opportunities?
Of course, obviously I've had a difficult 2 years since I lost to Chris. I had a few things going on, and the injury I had was horrendous. A clear tendon injury that I'm over now, and then getting a little bit unfortunate bad luck falling ill with Josh. I didn't get injured with the Josh Kelly fight, so yeah, to say the least, I've had a horrendous 18 months, 2 years, and it'll be nice once I get this win on Saturday night to be refreshing. It'll be I'm glad I'm back.
Do you feel like it's time that luck flips around and you get a bit on your side?
Yeah, definitely. Look, like I said, regardless, whatever in life you need luck, and I just think, it's my time again now. I've had my share of bad luck. The injury for the Christian match, the illness with Josh. Saturday night I'm back.
How highly do you rate McKenna?
Yeah, I rate him. Like I said, take me out of the question. A good middleweight, exciting. Always comes to fight, doesn't really come to make it a stinker. So, yeah, I rate him in that sense, opponent-wise. I think he's got his attributes, but he's got massive flaws.
Do you want to reveal any of those flaws? We're going to keep it Saturday night.
Saturday, obviously, they'll all come out playing to see, but we know Aaron, he's not going to change overnight. He's not going to come and dance around the ring and be this elusive back foot boxer. I think he's going to start. I think he's going to be a little bit more patient than he usually is, because he's usually reckless and gung-ho and tries to force the fight from the get-go. I think with his brother losing, they know they're not they both had it in the mind. Even the personas outside the ring, that these like gladiators, that these they walk around fucking seem with the head to everything. Me and Aaron yesterday, it's just like, and I think they know that doesn't really fully work. So I think he might be a little bit, after seeing his brother get beaten, get beat bad and get dropped, and I think he might be a little bit more patient. But everyone reverts to type. I think once the fight settles down, it'll be made for me.
Do you feel a little bit disrespected in the fact, I'm looking at some of the bookmakers and it's very close odds. You've been there, seen it, done it. You're the experienced former world champion going into this fight.
Yeah, no, I don't really. I'm not disrespected by it. I started off favourite with the bookies. I've gone just the slight underdog now, and that just means money's being lumped on Aaron, basically. And that's the case, so be it. There's been many things like wrong before I started off favourite. I'm not favourite now, and that's fine by me. People who bet on me will win more money, but it's more the opinions in boxing. I'm more interested, not bookies. I mean, people who sometimes I respect their opinions, but I also been in this game long enough. I know boxing's a fickle sport, and the same people who were saying I was the best middleweight in the world once I beat Chris some of them were saying I needed to retire after the second loss. They had the loss in the rematch, so I know how fickle this game is.
I know it's always a case of what have you done for me lately, but with everything that happened in the background of the Eubank Jr fight, is it an unfair depiction of where you are at?
Look, I know the issues behind the Eubank thing, and you get, again, social media is a powerful thing now, but it's fucking excuses. Like, you're asking me a question, do you want me to just say, I know, just for... I know.
You're not going to lie, are you?
No, actually, I'm not going to lie, and I know the reasons, why I put the performance in I put in, and hindsight's great. I probably should have said no to the rematch in the push of time, but I thought, you know what, if I make weight, I'll knock Chris out again. It didn't go that way, and I paid the price for it. But the issues, I had bulges on my disc, I had a disc prolapse in my spine, and Chris's team and a lot of other people have got the MRI scans to show that was the reason I pulled out of the first scheduled rematch. So, they're my reasons, they're my issues behind why I feel like I boxed terrible. And it's time for me now to prove I'm back, and it wasn't. I was finished.
Do you think Conor Benn will take what you done in the first fight to Chris as kind of a little bit of a guide, as an example of what he could do on Saturday night?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like that gave Conor a massive bit of confidence in the fight. I always have had. I always think that's why they haven't argued for 157 this time too. I think Conor's seen that, thought I was not long moved up from 154. And the way the fight went, it was just kind of an explosive combination that put Chris down. So Conor's going to think, by all accounts, Conor and his dad think he punches well harder than me at 154. But Conor's going to think he can do the same thing, and rightly so, really. If he's going into the fight, he's got to draw confidence from somewhere, and he probably feels he can do the same thing, and he can. It's no given that he can't.
Do you think he will?
Do I think he will? No. Do I think he can? Yes. And it's the same, going back to what I said all fight week with me and Chris, the first fight, he's all made out that Chris can't be hit with an head shot, and I was like, he is fucking mad. Like, anybody can be hit. There's people with better chins being knocked out than Chris Eubank, and it was the perfect answer for what I done to him, because it was like, Chris can't be hit the head, so how'd you beat him? And as any man can be hit, it's on the chin, where it's 10-ounce glove on, and Conor can do the same to Chris, and I won't be surprised if he does. But you're asking me opinion, I think Chris probably nicks it on points. But yeah, Conor can beat him, yeah.
Do you want the winner? We know there's a 2-fight deal, but after that...
That's what I mean, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'd want the winner. I'd love the winner. But I'm not really going to sit here and say, right, yeah, I want this name, I want that name. Because I do realistically know there's a rematch clause in it. I also know I need to just focus on winning. Once I've won, I'll sit with you after the fight, and I'll I'll slag Chris, I'll slag whoever else, I'll call them out. But it's very easy for them to just dismiss me at the minute because I haven't boxed for 18 months.
Last one. Is going to be any awkward interactions this week between you and Junior? Is it sorted? What's the dynamic like?
It's just, there is no dynamic race. They're relevant to me. I don't know him. I don't speak to him. We don't get on. We're not the same type of characters. But you'd be lucky if we see each other face to face. He's got 20 security around him, and everywhere he goes. And we cross paths yesterday, but yeah, we don't get close enough to go eye to eye. So probably not.
Where's your security?
I don't need security, mate.
Liam Smith, thank you very much for speaking to IFLTV. You got your one security guard, Caitlin, behind us.
My hands everywhere telling people, 1 more minute.
To be fair, she's scarier than a lot of security guards, to be honest. There you go. Liam, thank you very much. Best of luck for Saturday night. Cheers.